While the sun is on top, air breezes, trees dancing and birds are singing. The daughters of Maria Leona are happily playing, spreading their towels and imagining they're flying. Laughter can be heard all over the place where the childrens are at. Lola Mara is filled with joy while looking at her grandchild happily playing, while Leona stops them because they might fall from the cliff.
Children, stop what you're doing! You might fall from the cliff!
But Mom,
We're having fun! Look at us!
my dear grandchildren, listen to your mom. Why don't you sit in front of Lola and I will tell you a secret about a father and a son who makes wings out of candle wax for them to escape. Are you ready?
Yes, Lola!
Once upon a time, in the city of Athens, there was a man named Daedalus. He was the most skillful worker in wood and stone and in metal that had ever been known. He invented medicines that helped the people. Daedalus had a nephew named Perdex, who is his apprentice. Perdex was a very quick learner. He surpassed his uncle in many things. He created so many beautiful and useful creations, more than what his uncle did, and this didn't please Daedalus.
If my nephew will keep up on his way, he will become much greater than me, and his name will be remembered, while mine will be forgotten.
Daedalus was filled with envy. Soon his heart was eaten by hatred towards his young nephew Perdex. One hot afternoon, while he and Perdex are decorating the outer wall of Athena's temple, Daedalus made an evil plan. He asked his nephew to go on a narrow part, which is over the edge of a rocky cliff, so that it will be easy to knock Perdex down.
Perdix, can you go to that edge over there and decorate that part? Okay, uncle.
When Perdex reached the edge, Daedalus swung his hammer and made poor Perdex fall. Athena, who happens to be outside her temple, saw what happened, and he pitied the poor boy.
How cruel Daedalus is. Oh, my poor Perdix.
So before he landed the rocky cliff, she made him into a bird, and he flew away into the wood, where he forever lived. The people of Athens were filled with grief for the young Perdex, whom all have learned to love. They decided to punish Daedalus with death, but they remember what he did for them.
He did many great things for us, so we can punish him to death.
Yes, it is not right.
Then what punishment will he face?
So they come up with a decision.
Expel him and his son.
There was a ship in the harbor, ready to voyage across the sea. Inside is Daedalus with his precious tools and his son Icarus.
Father, where are we going?
We're going to the famous island of Crete, my son. Just take a nap and I will wake you up.
At last, they reached the island of Crete, and there Daedalus landed and made himself known. The king of Crete, Minos, heard the news, so he welcomed Daedalus.
Welcome to my famous island of Crete. I will secure you a home in my place. I will give you wealth and honor as long as you practice your craft here as what you did in Athens.
I am very well pleased. I will accept your offer, King Minos.
As what each of them promised, they fulfilled each side. Daedalus built King Minos the best place all over the earth, and King Minos granted Daedalus a luxurious life in Crete. However, Daedalus made a mistake once again. Every year, Poseidon required King Minos to sacrifice a white bull in honor of the founding of Crete, but King Minos made a decision.
I will not sacrifice a white bull.
This made Poseidon extremely angry, but instead of punishing King Minos, he decided to curse the king's wife, Pasiphae, with a very strange curse, and that is to fall in love with the bull. Pasiphae begged Daedalus to help her find a way where she can consummate her love with the bull.
Daedalus, please help me. I really love that ball.
I'm sorry, but I can't.
I'm begging you, Daedalus. Please look at this as a challenge to your skills.
Finally, Daedalus acknowledged the challenge and made the impossible possible. He created a machine that Pasiphae could hide in, and soon she became pregnant. She told King Minos about what Daedalus had done, and the king was angry.
Daedalus, how could you done stupid decisions?
I was just...
I could punish you to death, but you did so many great things to me.
When Pasiphae labors the Minotaur, it causes fear to the people in Crete. Its roar shook the whole kingdom. It threatens many citizens, men and women. He was the terror of the land.
This monster is your doing. I cannot kill my son, but he can make a great destructions to my people. You better find a way.
I will build a house for him. Then, you can keep him there as a prisoner.
But he will die if he trapped in a prison.
No worries, I will make plenty of rooms. Then you will feed your enemy to him. Then he will live.
So Daedalus gathered a worker and made a prison for the Minotaur. It has many rooms in it and looks like a maze. If someone enters, he will not find his way out ever again, and Daedalus called it the labyrinth. He cleverly persuaded the Minotaur to enter the labyrinth, and soon it lost his way. His roar can still be heard, but his presence is lost in the room.
I have honored you for your work, but you betrayed me and my wife. So, from now on, you will work and serve me without any words of praise. Guards, watch the gate and do not let Daedalus get out of here.
Starting that day, Daedalus did not build buildings for the king.
All my inventions had been made to please others. But now, son, I will invent something to please myself. I will make something that would help us escape.
All through the day, he pretended that he made something for the king. But during nighttime, they locked themselves in the room and made wings out of candles' wax. He made a pair of wings for him and a small pair of his son. Early morning, while everybody was still asleep, they used the wings to escape, but before they flew, he reminded Icarus.
Son, do not fly near the ocean, because it will be hard to flap the wings. And not to go near the sun, because it will melt the wax. We need to fly only in the middle, okay?
Okay, Father.
He always reminds him to fly in the middle. Both of them successfully escaped the island of Crete. All went well at first, but Icarus was so proud of his skill in flying and thought how beautiful it would be if he went a little higher to the sun. Icarus was behind his father, so Daedalus couldn't see him.
What if I'll go a little bit higher? Maybe I will see the horses below. I will see how beautiful it is down there.
Icarus is filled with so much joy that he forgot what his father said. He went near the sun and his wings slowly melted. He shouted to his father for help.
Father, Father! Help, Father!
Icarus!
His father can't do anything but just looking at his son falling down in the ocean, which is so deep for him to survive. The scene reflects how Perdex falls in the eyes of Daedalus. Daedalus mourns for the loss of his son. He goes to the nearest island and locks himself in there. He does nothing but mourn.
So children, what did you learn from the story? To be an obedient child.
To do good things.
To love one another and not hate.
I'm glad you learned, my children.